Hey, I'm your host, the Mad Montreal Man, and no, we're not talking about hockey, but I want to talk about some vintage stuff today. I'm talking about the classic toys that we had when we were younger, us older people. And that's the thing I want to talk about today, is these guys. These were like our action figures way back when. You know, there's nothing to get hot about, but these were our toys. These were our wonderful toys back then. These were like our first action figures. You had your big 12-inch G.I. Joes, but if you're into comic books or other stuff, you would have guys like this. And they did characters, even though this was one of the tackiest ones, Tarzan. Now, most people know these characters. Let's be honest. They know them because of this guy here. That's right. Oh, good old Captain Kirk of Star Trek and his clone. There's two of them. And, of course, if you had Captain Kirk, well, you were going to get Leonard Nimoy, because it's only the logical thing to do. He had an evil brother, too. But no, these were the toys that you clung on to. I'm being punny today. I don't know why. It's just Tuesday, and it's been a long enough night. Barely any sleep. But then again, when you're thinking, hey, what toys am I going to talk about? Why not talk about these guys? Now, the cool thing about these guys is... I'll put the Klingon down. I'll use Spock, for example. Now, one of these I've had for a long time. Another one was a replica. That's right. They made replica toys, and they still make replicas of these today. And in some ways, it's a good and bad thing. Because when you think, if you're a toy collector, and you have an original, I'm not going to say which one's which, and then, of course, you think, oh, this has got value, it's old, it's vintage, it's really good. Then they make a replica. That's exactly the same. You're kind of like, well, my original now goes down in value because it's not in the original packaging. And that's why some collectors keep their stuff in packaging. I have to say, you know what, if you have an original, great. If you don't have one, you get a replica. Who cares? If you want the characters and you enjoy them, that's all that matters. I mean, they still make these today. They still make these. They still make Planet of the Apes ones. You can still get Klingons. I haven't seen a remake of Tarzan, though. That one I haven't seen. But that's pretty much it for On the Peg today. Just keep in mind, replicas don't necessarily mean it's not a valuable toy. It just means that someone who never got the original can get a replica. And if you have the originals, enjoy them anyway, even if you come out of the package. I mean, this guy is really old. But, you know, who cares? That's the thing of it all, after all. Come on. You know, clobbering time. I mean, okay, posability. They were relatively posable back in the day. One problem they do have, though, is I have to admit, the elastics inside them, because they're held together by elastics, basically cloth elastics. They do eventually wear out, but they are still fun to have. I mean, let me see, how old is this guy? It's faded so much in the back, but now enjoy your toys. That's pretty much it, and we'll see you tomorrow here on The Peg. Hit like and share. Let's get this channel to grow a little bit more, because frankly, I need more toys. See you next time.